Let's learn how to do the halo. Woo! Let me show you how it's done and then you know exactly what we are doing today. So here we go, halo. Yeehaw! All right, guys, there we go. So the halo is a great beginner move. It looks pretty cool. I think it does anyway. And it is a great prerequisite to the move the vortex. And that is a super cool move. There are a few prerequisites, can't say that word, that you need to know in order to do the vortex, and this being one of the moves, the halo. So let's get straight into it. Here we go. So firstly, you need to figure out which way you're hula hooping. So let me show you. I'm hula hooping and I hoop to the left. So from this angle, you can see I am hooping to the left, okay? So I'm gonna be turning my hoop to the left. That's the way I'm gonna turn my body. If you hoop to the right, you're gonna do the complete opposite, basically. All right, so I'm gonna pop the hoop down on my right side with my right hand underneath, and I'm gonna be turning to the left. My palm is facing the sky. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn all the way around with my body. So I'm doing a 360. So I'm gonna turn all the way around. Don't be afraid to move your body, because if we get stuck where we are, which you know we often do, then it's gonna make life a little bit harder for you. Unless you know how to, well, once you've learned how to do it, you can do whatever you want, that's fine. But this is just a little tip from me, okay? So we're gonna turn our body. As we are turning, our hand is going to be nice and loose on that hoop. It's going to be floating, well, it's going to be kind of floating, and we're going to take it all the way up. So let me show you in slow-mo, and then I'll explain what we do at the top. As we're turning around, we're spiraling up. So nice loose grip, taking it higher and higher until it gets to the top. When it gets to the top, the hoop is going around our fingers, okay? So you're kind of just going to open that hand and you kind of do that yeehaw kind of move, the halo or the lasso, however you want to call it. So you're just opening your hand at the top. When you are at the top there, the most important thing that you need to do is keep your thumb sticking out, because that's going to protect your head. When the hoop's going round, if your thumb isn't there, the hoop has a tendency to come and like drop on your head, which is not cool, and we need to be really safe. So make sure that thumb is out. So let me show you again. My hand is underneath my hoop. I'm turning to the left, loose grip, going around, taking that hoop up, open your hand, and it's going around your fingers, and yeehaw! So that is the halo. I will show you from behind, and then I'll show you going to the right as well. So from this angle, hand underneath, we're going all the way around and we go up just like that, okay? Let's have a go going to the right. So your left hand comes underneath. We're gonna spin this way. We're going all the way around. That hand opens up and we go yeehaw once again. There we go. Now, when you are hooping or you're starting to do hoop tricks, you can start off with a nice big hula hoop, because it allows you more time to feel the move and to get and to understand that move. But once you progress, you can then move on to a smaller hoop. So I've got a little tiny one over here. So you can use more of a dance hoop. That's what they're called, like, yeah, dance hoops. And this is like a tiny one. This is like a size, this is a 30-inch, this is a 38. But this is much lighter, and let me just demonstrate for you now. As we're going around, much lighter, but it's much more like zippy. It's much faster. It does feel better on your hand, but I'd recommend starting off with a bigger hoop and then progressing to a smaller one when you understand the moves. Ultimately, you can do whatever you want, but that's just a bit of advice from me, okay, guys? So that is the halo. We've got one more little thing that I want to share with you. This is changing your hand at the top, because that will be important for when you carry on to do the vortex later on, if you want to do that. And if you don't, you can just learn how to swap hands, which is pretty cool anyway. So let me show you. Well, once you're at the top in your halo, what you're going to do, you're going to take your other hand in and you're going to swap hands. And in order to do that, I really want you to think that you've got glue on your arm, and you're going to push your arm against your kind of elbow, and it's going to come all the way up into this little kind of, we call it like a prayer position there. So into that position. So we're going to come slide all the way up to the top. When you have done this a few times, you won't have to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to push my hand on and slide it up. You can just like whack your hand in, which is absolutely fine. So just have a play with those. But again, these are just little tips that helped me when I first started learning. So pop this hoop out of the way, into that halo, taking the hoop up nice and high. We pop our hand on our elbow, really push, give it some pressure, and then we're going to change into the top, and then da-da, the hoop is in the opposite hand. The hoop looked like it was really sagging then, but it is quite heavy, okay guys? So there you have it, that is the halo in one hand and in the other, going to the left, going to the right. Hopefully that was useful to you and hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. Stay tuned because the next video will be the lift up, which is the next move in the sequence in order to learn the vortex. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you for watching.